and get to execution for week coaching program. We're on week 4, where we're going to get to execution and risk management. As you once again read over the disclaimer, we've gone through the 3 universal truths, and as we've had discussions during the week, I was very adamant about saying we're not going to get to execution until you can understand those 3 fully. And if you need to go back as many times as you want. Because, as I said when we got to the broadening formations, that if you only think in terms of the actionable signals and time frame continuity, you're doing yourself a big disservice, because we have to be able to gauge the magnitude, and that's where the broadening formations come in. It also helps you to stop thinking linearly when you're just thinking straight across. That's all you're seeing is time and the actionable signals. But when you get to the broadening formations, that shows us where we can start to gauge the magnitude and why we can expect the moves that we do. So, for this week, table of contents. Got to have a trade checklist. We're going to talk about the execution of the actionable signals. There's also some additional actionable signals I want to show you. The risk management of open positions, once we have something going, what we're going to do with it. Then, of course, the secret weapons, trading the VIX ETNs. And then as we get into the final part of live charts, I want to get into the sequence of when we are looking for certain things to happen over the course of the month. And we'll use this month as an example, because there are certain known events and sequences of negation or continuation that we're going to look for at any given time. So we'll get to that. First, section 1, the trade checklist. All right. Before we take any trade, all right, we want to evaluate what you know to be true using the following checklist. All right. So instead of just jumping in there, I know for anybody who listens to me during the day, who has not taken this course, who has not taken the time.
Macau, you hear him?
Yeah, I'm hearing.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
You will hear me speak rapidly about a lot of things, and you can get excited. We know that trading can be psychological, but you need to go through the checklist to know whether we want to take these trades or not. Oftentimes you'll hear me speaking, I'm trying to figure out what's going on in the market. I'm not speaking in fallacies, but on an opening I can be very exciting, and sometimes people feel like they want to jump in there without doing the work. So let's take a look at the trade checklist. All right. So the first thing we want to know is how many actionable signals do we have for this trade, and what are they? Right? Because oftentimes when people are new and they hear me say inside 15 and they see an inside 15-minute bar, they're going to jump right on it. First of all, when you pull up, all right, and you pull up your 4 charts, your monthly, weekly, daily, 60-minute at least, and oftentimes less than that, how many actionable signals do we have? Right?
How many people was on a one-on-one session with me today? 11 Bang Bang, Brittany. I don't know if EK's on here. Does it
Yeah,
make
well,
sense to you? He was
oh yeah,
making sense.
yeah.
That's why you don't miss, right? See, Memo. How can I forget? How, how can I forget? I was talking to a lot of people today. Do you understand what I mean now from what you was doing today? Now I'm gonna hit the play button. Oh, let me go back to chat. Most definitely. All right, cool. Got you right now.
Right? Do we have any? Right? Do we have 1? Do we have 2? And then as we get to the intraday, do we have 3? All that matters. So how many actionable signals do you see? And that's why when you go through
They had it booked, Ray. They've been had it booked.
the actionable signal portion of the course, and I want you to go back, I expect you to be able to see this like that. Right? When you look at 4 or 6 charts, you should be able to see the actionable signals like that. They should jump out at you. Okay. Now, once again, what actionable signals will be created if this trade works or if it does not?
Do you understand why I don't miss now? Brittany, you was on today. Oh, I don't know if we didn't we didn't do that, the funky stuff. However, I'm gonna put you on. Why don't I miss? Because I know what my universal creates and what the other one creates and what the other one creates. And if I'm in one, I know what that's ultimately creates. Reverse.
Get 4 or 6 charts, you should be able to see the actionable signals like that. They should jump out at you. Okay. Now, once again, what actionable signals will be created if this trade works or if it does not? And so the reason that's important is if we want to be able to have the ability to add to our positions. Therefore, if this works, does it create something? Does it create, does a day inside day and up going to finish off and create a weekly rev strat, right? What will be created if this works? Or if it does not, right? Am I stepping into the potential of a more powerful signal against me where I'd be holding back? For instance, an inside 60 to the upside that was the only thing that was in control, where it's battling the weekly, monthly, and daily. At that point, if it doesn't work, at that point we will create the rev strat to the downside with full time frame continuity. Right? So we always want to be aware of what will this action create. Will it give me something further, or would it put me deeper into a hole should I ignore the rules? Right? Is the trade in the direction of participation group control based on time frame continuity? Right? And just like I was saying, are you battling? Now there are times when you can take that 60 to counter. You just have to know what you're up against, right? We'll have a broadening formation magnitude, and does it have the possibility of changing that? But we want to know when you're taking the trade, how much control is there? Is there full time frame continuity? Is it the 60 daily? Are you trading in control? Is this a momentum trade or a retracement trade? And that also adheres back to broadening formations. Am I going into recent highs, right? Am I going into recent lows? Or is this actionable signal counter is coming off?
Let me help y'all. He uses the term rev strat. What is that? Rev strat is the 1-2-2 reversal. It's let me I did one right here. The last one. Here, I'll show you right. My bad, brother. Here you go. Expect you to be able to see that. The rev strat is basically the 2-2 reversal, but it's not. Basically, I'm gonna show you why. This is right here. That's what he means, rev strat. The 1-2-2 bearish rev strat or the 1-2-2 bullish rev strat. Right. Now, if he's not talking about, or if you ever hear him say like the 1 bar rev strat, you know that he's not talking about the rev strat reverse, right? Because this is the 1 bar rev strat reverse, right? And rev just stands for, well, I'm not gonna say that. I always thought it just stands for reverse, but reverse was right after it, so I don't know why it would be that way, right? However, this 1-2-2 reversal, that's what that is, and that's what that is, right? You just can't identify with this being a 1 because there's not a bar after it to let us know that it was an inside bar. All right. I know OG, very intelligent under that clip.
A different colored candle, as we've talked before. An inside bar coming off of a red bar and going back up, retracement because we know it's come down. Inside bar going up off of a green bar, we know that's momentum because it's going up sideways towards the highs.
And I know I gotta say this. Feel free to ask any questions that may arise. You're not disturbing the class or anything of that nature. And I'll rewind it real quick. And look, now if you think you're disturbing the class, I'm disturbing the class. All right. I want to say something, right? Even after all of that, always know, is this a momentum trade, right, Memo? Is it a momentum trade or is it a retracement trade, right? And once you have a checklist and you understand what you're looking for, and then you choose one side, trading gets so much easier, right? Because hey, if we're dropping and you're not looking for puts, there's no reason to be trading. There's no reason to be looking at any of that. You're gonna have your turn, right? Or hey, it's a nice little drop. Let me see if I find a some bullish sentiment to be able to take that trade. Or if it's vice versa, I don't take calls, I take puts. You know what I'm saying? Um, however, it's very important to identify with these things because when you identify with them, it's like your non-negotiable. Look at it like that. My trade checklist, non-negotiable, right? How many actionable signals do we have for this trade? And what are they, right? I'm gonna use about 4 time frames, right? I've always told people that, and you'll be able to see it. In coaching, you know, because we're doing like different things, I'm gonna continue to break it down for y'all so that y'all can actually like. That's how I was able to count the candlesticks and stuff like that. It wasn't the fact that I just knew there's 5 candlesticks on a 1 minute to a 5 minute. Nah, it was the way I do it because when I do it that way, it's all in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? It can't lie to you.
Sideways and towards the highs. How much time will this trade have until the exhaustion of the action?
And the last thing, it just came to me that I want to say, note how he's speaking, and I'll rewind it again. You don't hear him saying pre-market highs, pre-market lows, daily highs, daily lows. We don't care about that. We care about what's the previous and things of that nature. Just
Retracement
listen.
because we know it's come down. Inside bar going up off of a green bar, we know that's momentum because it's up. It's going up sideways and towards the highs.
Towards the highs.
How much time will this trade have until the exhaustion of the actionable signals and time frame continuity? So, are we taking a weekly signal at the late on a Friday? How much time do we have on that? Are we taking a 60-minute signal with 5 minutes to go, closer to exhaustion, or preferably, are we going to take it when if it triggers early enough on an hourly to have 55 minutes to go?
Exactly.
All of this matters because we want to be able to add to our position. We also know that once there's an exhaustion of a signal, that signal is gone. Therefore, at that point, we would have no actionable signal if we're only trading on one, or if one or more are about to expire.
Meaning the candlestick closed. It's gone. There's a new setup about to happen.
So we want to know how much time we have until the exhaustion of the actionable signals that we're using, right, and the time frame continuity control. Where's my stop for this trade? Where am I going to get out? How are we managing this? And so when you are with me on the VTF and you hear me speaking with people, they will say, Rob, what is my level of defense? Right? And that is where we're going to put our stop based on what we know to be true of the things that we're discussing. Exhaustion, how many actionable signals? Where are we in the broadening formation series? What is my level of defense? Is it high? Is it low? And where does it go? But we always have an out. How will I manage my risk by adding, reducing, or exiting this trade? All right. So we want to be able to add. There can be times where we can reduce, and I'll get to that and how we would do that, and then times to get out completely and why. Does the criteria for this trade line up with the conditions correlated with the broader averages or each sector ETFs? Is the stock we're trading in the S&P 500? Is it in QQQ? Is it a Dow?
You saw how when Macau started picking my brain, ask me whatever. You don't never got to pick my brain because I don't want to play the bush with you. I like to play the bush with certain people. However, you've seen the stocks that I was looking at. I went to one ETF. Just try to remember that, and that's all. Once you know what to look for, you'll know what to trade because you can go to the sectors and see exactly what's happening and looking at the major players, and it's easy to tell. Like, okay, cool, let's go ahead and play with this, right? But it always all depends on how much capital you have, right? And what I mean by that knowing how much capital you have will always help you know where to deploy that money and how to deploy that money, right? Oh, thank you.
Dow Jones Diamonds. Do we have additional signals generated there to give us a tailwind? Or is it our stock in a sector ETF as well? And how is it lining up with those? Right. So we want to use one of the reasons we prefer to trade equities is because of this reason. We have more evidence when we trade equities because we can break down what is happening in the broader averages, what is happening in the sector ETF, and then what is happening to a stock that is in a sector ETF that's also in the broader average. So we want to understand how is all this lining up. Section 2. And if I didn't state that before in all this checklist, we want to know where the broadening formation series is, and that's where it comes down to retracement and momentum. We want to know where the broadening formation series is. Are we coming off any higher highs or lower lows, reclaiming, as I talked about in the broadening formation series? We want to know that as well. So section 2 is execution of the actionable signals. Make sure we know what we're going to do here. Since everyone has different risk parameters, time frame horizons, and account sizes, trading strategies based on the universal truths vary and are thus customized to the individual. But most importantly, what we want to know to create winning positions and then manage from there. And so, when you listen to me on the VTF and I'm conversing with the community, you will see that I have a pretty good idea of what most people do and what they are comfortable with. Once we work together, and we'll have the one-on-one sessions, once we work together.
Hey, y'all. Levin Bang Bang. Luther, I'm going to get on to you. I see that you want compose, Moody. He got a new baby. Ray, Wayne, Jeremy,
What'd you say?
Harden. Oh no, bro, I was just joking. I said I was gonna get on you. Don't beat me up now. I was just joking, bro. He said, "What you say?" I was joking. I gotta get with you though, bro. We gotta get with each other. However, tempo. Everybody, 11 Bang Bang. Does this not sound a little bit familiar? Like exactly what he's telling you, right, Harden? Look, I'm gonna play it one more time. Let me know. Does it sound like someone that? Wait, what happened?
This is definitely.
Right? Yes, sir. Right. So I'm gonna play it one more time.
Pretty good idea of what most people do, and on the VTF and I'm conversing with the community, you will see that I have a pretty good idea of what most people do and what they are comfortable with. Once we work together, and we'll have the one-on-one sessions, once we work together, right, I know what you can handle, I know what you can't. I know what you're used to doing, right, and we're going to eliminate anything that doesn't work. But not everybody's going to day trade 1 minute and 3 minutes, 5 minutes. I know that. Some people are trying to create a longer term portfolio. Some people are going to be more active than each other, and all that stuff's going to matter when we customize what we're doing.
Exactly.
Most importantly, though, we use what we know to create winning positions and then manage from there.
So I need time. I need time. I can't just do it in one-on-one session. I had a nice question there. Helped me a lot. However, I gotta see, you gotta show and prove. I gotta see, okay, this person does fall when they do this. This person does do this. Okay, this person, okay, look, now we combat it with this. However, you gotta go through it for me to be able to coach you through it. It's even in the Discord today, laughing out loud. You know, you feel me? You feel me with BW and everybody. Zay, every single person.
Period. We are not taking losers. We are not holding losers. What we're doing is we're creating winning positions.
Bang bang. We not taking losers. We create winning positions.
No, we're just.
And then the one that hits the most, we're not taking no losers, and we create winning positions. You saw me being down, right? Did we create winning positions out of them?
Right.
Right.
right? And then we just differentiate on how we're going to manage that. Ideally, you want to have a combination of signals, but you can also indicate the individual signals themselves. You can do that. Also known as the strat. And so when we talk about the strategies of execution, often I'll just abbreviate it as the strat. We're trading the strat. All right? The strat is not taking losers. All right, we're going to get out of them fast. We're not going to hold on to those things. Right? But I can't stress this enough. We are always looking for combinations of these. All right, so when we go through these, remember, these are the individuals. We want to look for them in combinations across several time frames. With the regular hammer, right, what we want to do is take the offer as soon as the price is above the high of the hammer. Right? So here's your hammer. As soon as that offer is above that, we're going to take
11 bang bang. As soon as the new candlestick comes out and you take that offer, what candle pattern is that?
Say it again, you cut out.
We have a pillar here. We have a hammer here. Actionable signal. He's talking about this hammer. He's talking about place your entry 1 cent above this hammer. So once the new candlestick comes out, that's going to be right here. What candle pattern is it?
Towards the bottom.
True. Now, if it's three candles, what would it make? Exactly. Now watch him explain this. Watch him explain this now over again with the knowledge that you have now. Morningstar. Yep, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, I got to write it in the chat too. So watch this. Watch him explain it now. Well, watch Moody teach you about the strat, teach you about the actionable signal, but now he's telling you his universal reversal pattern and why, but he's explaining.
For as soon as with the regular hammer, right? What we want to do is take the offer as soon as the price is above the high of the hammer, right? So here's your hammer. As soon as that offer is above that, we're going to take that offer, right? We are always throwing the first punch. We place the stop 1 cent below the bar that triggers the hammer, right? So if it opens within the body of the hammer and starts going, we're going to take it there and we're going to put the stop 1 cent below. That should not come in. That bar should not reverse, right? Based on the time frame of the hammer.
The stop goes down here 1 cent below. Entry 1 cent above.
We are trading. Now, once again, we can tighten that up by using a combination, but in general, placing a stop below the hammer's low is way too low. No, it'll have already failed way before then. So we're going to look to take that offer. As soon as it takes that hammer, stop under the bar that takes it, and depending on the time frame, we can even tighten that up.
Now listen to it.
So we're going
I'm telling you this
strat
strat way.
As soon as it takes that,
I will teach you this and multiple time frame analysis. Depending on the time frame that we're trading, I will give you always a different stop than here. However, this is how you trade the strat. Now I'm gonna rewind it and listen to what he's saying and also understand multiple time frame analysis.
So can I ask a quick question before you rewind it? So as far as with the strat, so just say for instance, if I'm looking at this on a weekly time frame and I have that marked as my entry, if I see this set up on a weekly, I have it marked as my entry, that dollar amount, and I would enter like maybe go down to like maybe an hourly or daily and see within the day like 2 hour or set it based on 5 or 15 minutes and enter like maybe on the 1 minute when it crosses over that that target where that entry level where I have it marked for the weekly or something.
So ask me that question again. You said a lot of things.
Yeah, I was trying to see. So if I set that as this setup, if I see this setup on a weekly, and I mark that level, the top of the hammer, for my entry on the weekly, and I go down to the daily based on what I see, where I mark this on a weekly. Then when I'm trying
what do you see? That's important. What do you see?
So what I see, so maybe I'm not explaining it correctly. So what I'm saying is, based on the weekly, I have it marked. Then when I go to the daily, where it is showing that level on a daily, but I try to enter it on a maybe 15 or 5 minute time frame. It once it hits that point of my what's considered my entry level, and hold it for that week or the mark within that week. I'm trying to understand how these targets hit as far as for the strat, as far as looking at the larger time frames. Because I don't really look, I hadn't really, well, I didn't used to look at a lot of the larger time frames. So I was just trying to figure out, like, if I'm entering, just say this is $98, the top of that handle, and I mean hammer, and I mark it, my entry is going to be $98 based on what I see if I'm playing, I guess, swinging maybe on a weekly time frame. But when I enter, it's going to be in a daily, or like between the 2 minute or 3 minute, and that $98, and it says, okay, based on here, I'm entering $98, and I'm possibly going to try and hold till I get to, I guess is that a 110 as my target price, or the 50 mark of the previous candle, like just as 109. Is that how
Gotcha. Is that
and then
what?
109, and then the 110, the top of that, the candle before, is that like stratting for the larger time frames? Or
I'm understanding your question. It's just you asking a lot of things at one time.
so I'm trying to kind of separate out, and I guess it's difficult for me because I'm trying to separate out um what I was doing before based on how the strat is like works. So I guess I'm mixing them together.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because I understand what you're saying. Your entry level is your level on all time frames. Exactly. That's what she's saying. That's why I'm like, see, he caught it. Like I'm catching what you're saying. Like you're saying, it doesn't matter. Get away from the time frame. That's gonna confuse you further along if you don't know what a time frame is, right? A time frame is just a window of time. So you'll confuse yourself trying to go weekly, and then if I take it to a daily, none of that matters. You know what I'm saying? What matters is if you're entering, first of all, if you're looking at a weekly chart, to enter on a daily chart is just not good. I'm gonna just say it like that. I was trying to find a better word. It's just not good. That's not how you enter a weekly chart. You will want to go in intraday. You know what I'm saying? Not like, oh, the hour or something like that. If you're trading weekly, it's okay to go even, yeah, the hours are all right, but like 2 hour, you know what I'm saying? To like truly understand like your move. Like you to get like certain levels and things of that nature, right? So now to just answer it the way you're saying, what you're saying is, hey, if I place an entry level right here, my target's right here, um, and then the 50% retracement, it doesn't matter where you charted that at. You charted that on a weekly chart, you take that thing down to a negative second chart, is gonna be exactly how you charted it on that weekly chart. The levels are gonna be there. Where you're getting confused at is that you're wanting to see, depending on the chart, I'm not just gonna say actionable signal because this is an actionable signal, right? You'll want to see that trickling down, if that makes sense. Or yeah, trickling down. Where it's like, I'm on this time frame, I see an actionable signal. If I trickle down to a smaller time frame, you're going to now see, if it was an actionable signal like this, now it's a morning star. If you trickle even further down, now you're gonna see a cup and handle. So, and I'm talking to you in price action, where with the strat, I will literally have to be on a chart. So like be like, oh well, no, it's not a two down, it's a two up now. However, if you're trying to enter in on a weekly chart and it's like, hey, this is my weekly level, this is where I'm going to be entering in at. If you want to enter in on a 5 minute, it doesn't matter. If you want to enter in on a 1 minute, it doesn't matter. It's still the same level. If you want to enter in on a 1 hour, it doesn't matter. what matters is what's confluence. Do you have full time frame continuity on it? Right? Are they buying up these time frames simultaneously? You can find an actionable signal and still not be enforced. You know what I'm saying? Just like this was an actionable signal. He's just choosing to speak on this one. And when you can identify on the educator and not look at the educator as like, oh my gosh, you'll start to see where it's like, why the motherfucker didn't speak on this one? Why the motherfucker didn't speak on that one? Because it's not doing what he's looking for. Make sense? I do the
Yeah.
same thing too. I just choose to tell you the truth and be like, nah, da, da, da. Look, I go to this one or I go to that one. That's all it is. So then you look at the next motherfucker like, oh my gosh, like, no, it's just if I pull up the chart right now,
Way too low. No, it'll have already failed way before then. So we're going to look to take that offer as soon as it takes that hammer.
right? I don't know, tell me to go somewhere. Let's just talk about actionable signals. Fuck, look, I got an actionable signal right here. Excuse my language. Hammer. Took out all the liquidity. Why ain't shoot back up then? It's a hammer. But you're not gonna see me talk about that hammer. You're gonna see me talk about this hammer. They both right there. Make sense yet? It's called
Yes.
probability.
Yeah. I was just trying to figure out because typically I was more so I would swing from, overnight, and that would just mostly be my thing, or do a day trade or intraday trade, just trying to figure out about looking at the bigger time frames. Maybe I just stick to this.
Why wouldn't you want to look at the bigger time frames? That's what tells you everything. The small time frames don't tell you nothing.
I was just doing it just like, okay, I'm a swing look at something for the next day, the swing
So when you was
overnight.
doing that, what was you looking at?
I would look at my daily, my 4 hour, just the daily and the 4 hour. And then some of the smaller with the 30 or 15 minute, just to see based upon what I was looking for to potentially trade for that to like pretty much cash out in the morning.
Gotcha. Oh, well, let me stop you because I'm about to get on the charts and this class ain't even finished. I'll be on a hold up. So what I'll say is get with me, Ms. Yaya. It's just that you're just coming back. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the profits, you look at people, it's I don't know. It's been 4 months, 3 months. The environment is extremely different. However, just hit me up and I got you. Like that's what you just asked is like really simple to show and teach. However, I would want to see full time frame continuity, right? Like if I go to SPY and then it's not full time frame continuity to show you that, I will have to go find a chart that's doing that. However, I got you. Just slide in the DMs. His stop loss is different than what you teach. What do you mean his stop loss is different than what I teach? Back up what you just said, right?
He's placing his stop loss at the top of the body of that hammer. You're putting your
Because
stop
of what
loss.
that's wrong. That's because of what he's explaining. It's just like Miss Maya getting confused with just this. Now, if I rewind it, just slap all y'all in the face like, nah, stop loss. I know what you was about to say. Because he's talking, listen to the words. People have to identify with sentences and not just look for what you want. You know what I'm saying? I know what you're about to say. Oh no, but he put his entry right here. He's putting a stop, like if it breaks the body of the candlestick, stuff like that. He's not always doing that. That's because of what let's read up here. What does it say? X ray,
Yes, execution of actionable signals.
right? So now watch me rewind this. I love it. Concepts. Come on, read it to me, right? I want to click to your brain.
Ideally, you want to have combination of signals, but you can also execute the individual signals themselves, also known as the strat.
Gotcha. So now, what was the first thing he told you? Combination.
Time frame.
Yeah, combination of signals, and you want to have combination of signals.
All right, now also listen to what he says and understand that he says extra things than it's written down.
Across several through these. Remember, these are the individuals.
Remember, these are the individuals.
We're trading the strat. Execution.
And then it's gonna hit you. It's gonna hit you. Luther is gonna hit you if you're paying attention. He is showing you how to trade one candlestick. He's not about to do what Moody's gonna show you how to do. And then, hey, go to this time frame, go to this time frame. You see, I'm really just trading the same candlestick. You got to be able to conceptualize that. Watch this.
Often I'll just abbreviate it as the strat. We're trading the strat. All right. And the strat is not taking losers. All right. We're going to get out of them fast. We're not going to hold on to those things. All right. But I can't stress this enough. We are always looking for combinations of these. All right. So when we go through these, remember.
I can't stress this enough. We're always looking for combinations of these. However, we can execute on the individual signal themselves. What's the key word right there? I cannot stress this enough. We're always looking for this. However, if you're skilled enough, I can show you how to trade the actual candles. Now that I broke it down like that, keep listening.
This enough. We are always looking for combinations of these. It is the strat. We're trading the strat. All right. And the strat is not taking losers. All right. We're going to get out of them fast. We're not going to hold on to those things. All right. But I can't stress this enough.
I'm gonna pause it right there, and then I'm gonna show you a visual, right? So you don't get confused, because he's showing you one thing, right? But then we're gonna go to the creator, and we're gonna see one specific thing is right behind me. And remember, when I show you this, there's wicks. It's just in this example, you're not gonna see wicks. However, I can't right now, but if you make this bigger, you're going to see wicks in here, and you're gonna see enter long on top of a wick there, right? And even, well, you're not gonna see it really much in here. However, Miss Yaya, real quick, look at this and you will understand full time frame continuity and how to enter the trade and swing, right? Because this is all the same chart. Identify with that. It's not telling you what ticker it is, but this is the same chart. And this is how you want it to flow, right? So, Ray, identify with this. Entry point at the top of the candlestick. So we know that that's the wick, right? We just don't have wicks here. Top of the candlestick. Target, the next candlestick. Previous candle is your entry. You're trading the live candlestick. You get it? Live trading, right? Live trading, meaning that you will see live actionable signals, meaning that you will see live inverted pin bars. Live, meaning, hey, if you do multiple time frame analysis and you take that motherfucker down to an hour, a 4 hour, and it's an inverted pin bar, it will be there live. Make sense? Everything is live. That's why Luther can say, hey, if you see the bull flag, you missed it because it's live, right? So now without me saying that, now you're going to understand why we trade candle to candlestick, right? Now you understand I am being greedy. It gave me the move. I didn't size correctly. And I'm on a 1 minute or 3 minute, not saying that you're doing this, baby, Ray. Now I'm seeing that, oh, I'm just looking for this to keep running. It gave me the move. I didn't size correctly, right? So now, with me saying that, the third candle is your target. The second candle is your entry point. You're trading the live candlestick. That candle is going to be fluctuating. That's why you heard him say, he didn't say we're the first one in, because he'll always tell you we don't need to be the first one in. Why? Because he has the mindset of a day trader, right? He is now scalping something. You can tell, even if he's talking about the weekly, the way he's breaking down that candlestick, you can tell. Why would you be, if you weekly, right, or anything bigger, daily or something of that nature, why would you be wanting to make the stop a little bit tighter? You'll want it to breathe a little bit more because it could just wick down and then keep going, right? So now that I've broken down that way, I just want to give you a visual before I let say what he's gonna say. Take it to Bitcoin because we live. Oh, I love me some crypto. 1 minute chart. And I'm only on this 1 minute chart. Lord, bring that here. I'm only on this 1 minute chart because it moves quicker and it's going to show you something. This went 2 down. What would be the entry point for the next candlestick? If I can move fast, I'll be able to do it. Bow, entry point, right? You see, that's the new candlestick. That will be your entry point. That will be your target. Your stop loss is so close, I would literally put the stop loss by liquidity. And 9 times out of 10, I just try to put it at this 50% retracement because she's going to hit that liquidity. You know what I'm saying? It's just so close. See, and I'm just trying to move fast before it does it. And then your mind's like, nah, he's just doing that because it already happened. Right? Boom. So now I'm going to delete this. Lord have mercy. There we go. Right? Delete this one. We don't really need that one anymore, right? Because there was some liquidity there. All right, so we're gonna put our stop right here. Entry right there. We got the hammer right there. So we already know action is an actionable signal. We wanted to go enforce, right? New candlestick comes out. You can even enter in right there. However, we got our entry point right there, right? And I'll teach you something. I don't like candlesticks that open up. That's what I like. If they open up under that body, they better go ahead and push through that motherfucking body. Or I'm already gonna be like, okay, let her fall. Let her fall. I'll pick her up, right? Because I need you to be holding a resistance or breaking through a support. As you see, it's breaking through its support because it closed and that's where it's supported at, right?
Right. Oh,
Boom.
yeah.
You see why I said I don't like because I know how to trade. I've done this way too many times where it's like, nah, I don't like that. Even this one, how I opened up right here, I don't like that. I want you to open up above the next candlestick or inside of the body of the candlestick because that's where the meat and potatoes at. Remember my stop loss was right here. I would have been smacked out of that trade. Right. So we take the best part of what we learn from an individual because he ain't motherfucking King Jaffe Joe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm King motherfucking Jaffe Joe. He King Jaffe Joe in his world. He not here no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? However, those are the things that we're gonna do. Right. It's just like even this candlestick. It did the same thing that one. You feel me? You can see it where it's like, man, it opened up below of the body. Yeah, I'm happy that it's inside of the range still. However, I don't like the fact that it has no type of support. You see, that's what I'm gonna want to see. Boom, push straight through. What I care about now, man, how did we react? Oh, look. How did we react? Oh, Father.
50.
Close to the 50. Multiple time frame analysis. You're not gonna be able to read it. Ain't that much volume in here for me to be able to read that. You know what I'm saying? Come over here. Engulfing, right? 3 bar. How long do we have? Everything that you're learning from this guy, right? Let me just give you a visual. Him in the beginning of this, what was he saying? A checklist. How long do we have left? Right? Because we trade live candlesticks. We don't trade a candlestick that closed. That's called fear. You don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I don't know. I'll be trying to just say the truth, man. I used to be scared, so I know when I see fear. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and press play now and understand everything that I said and watch it unfold in your own mind.
All right, and the strat is not taking losers. All right, we're going to get out of them fast. We're not going to hold on to those things. All right, but I can't stress this enough. We are always looking for combinations of these. All right, so when we go through these, remember these are the individuals. We want to look for them in combinations across several time frames.
Meaning the actionable signal, bang bang. You seen when we had the multiple time frame analysis, and I could show you the actionable signals, and it's like, look, it's across all pow pow pow. That's what it
Right.
means, like, right?
On that
So,
four-way.
hey, I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
Put on that four-way.
Exactly on that 4-way, right? So what he's speaking about is 4 different charts. So okay, cool. If I'm on a tweezer, I'm not gonna talk time frames because then y'all gonna go, oh, it's this time frame. No, it's just the chart. That's what we're looking at. It's just the fact that it's just like if you're at work. Well, no, I'm not, 12 o'clock, we got lunch. So, I don't know if I can do that right there. It's just the time frame. It's not that it's just lunch. You know, so it's just the 5 minute time frame. It can run for 5 minutes. So you got to be able to conceptualize that. So what am I saying? Hey, let me just use tweezer bottom on this time frame, that time frame, that time frame, that time frame. Why is you not trading the tweezer bottom? You scared. I used to be scared because I stopped being scared once I just stopped trading everything. Like you could go all the way back to 2021. Dang, what are you head and shoulders, bull flag, this, dang. Oh, he's showing everybody everything. He's doing this. Okay, cool. I mastered a few of these things. All right, cool. I really want to master trading. Let me just trade this one thing. Let me just do this. This is the way I'm gonna trade. Everybody heard me back in 2022, and I did the whole 2023 that way. I said 2022, I am now only gonna be looking for calls. Look at me now.
With the regular hammer, right? What we want to do is take the offer as soon as the price is above the high of the hammer, right? So here's your hammer. As soon as that offer is above that, we're going to take that offer, right? We are always throwing the first punch. We place the stop.
We're always throwing the first punch. If you know Rob will always tell you we don't need to be the first one in. You can tell right now that he's not day trading.
1 cent below the bar that triggers the hammer, right? So if it opens within the body of the hammer and starts going, we're going to take it there and we're going to put the stop 1 cent below. That should not come in. That bar should not reverse, right? Based on the time frame of the hammer we are trading. Now, once again, we can tighten that up by using a combination, but in general, placing a stop below the hammer's low is way too low. No, it'll have already failed way before then. So we're going to look to take that offer as soon as it takes that hammer, stop under the bar that takes it, and depending on the time frame, we can even tighten that up.
What was the key that he just said right there?
Man, I'm still hearing placing that stop loss in the top.
All right. Listen to the last thing he says right here.
That offer as soon as it takes that hammer, stop under the bar that takes it, and depending on the time frame.
What was the key?
Oh, the time frame.
Exactly.
Okay.
No, it'll have already failed way before then.
Right.
So we're going to look.
So OG, you can tell he's not day trading. Why, OG? Because Rob speaks from a place of monthly, weekly, daily, hourly, full time frame continuity. If you're under all those time frames, you're now looking to scalp something because those are larger time frames. Moody, just show them, make them understand. Look, hit your time frames. That's why it's categorized. You're gonna think it's categorized by the hour. Nah, it's categorized by intraday. Dailies. None of this is intraday. All of this is intraday. All of this is intraday as well, but when you know, these are all scalping. That's why it all falls under here. Why is the 1 minute under here? They're going to confuse you with what? The category. Oh, minutes. Minutes. Fed minutes. Don't get confused with the category. They all fall in the same place, meaning that you can scalp all of these, right? Let's have fun. 6, 10 day, 1 hour. All right, so let's fix this up a little bit. 6 minute chart. Let's fix this guy up a little bit. Right. Let's move this bad boy over to a 10-minute chart since this is on a 10-day already. And just look at the last candlesticks. Just look at the live candlesticks. That's what we trade. We trade live candlesticks. Live candlesticks. Right? Whoever got stopped out that trade, that's why I didn't have that stop super tight. You're mad as heck now. You know what I'm saying? The way it started moving. Now let me go ahead and feed the bad boy too. Oh, it's all the way down here. I'm tripping. This is a 5 minute. Moody, just let them see the whole move for real, for real. All right, gotcha. Tweezer bottoms. I'm gonna let you see the whole move. It's just all this stuff is in the way. I wish I could just move all that stuff. If anybody knows if there's a way that I can just remove all this, like on the settings, let me know. All right, so let's put this on the hour. Dang, I should put the hour right here. 1 hour, tweezer bottom, bring this bad boy to the 30. Morning star. I'm literally showing you how to trade right now. This is what nobody will ever teach you. 15 minutes. And I'm just going to the time frame that I know is going to show you the move. It's not like, oh, I'm going to this time frame for a particular reason. For 5 minutes should give me the cup and handle. All right. So this is a cup and handle. That is delete all this. This is a cup and handle that is populating, right? You got your cup, it hasn't fully went all the way to the top yet, right? Just like you had a cup right here and a handle and it came back down. What creates all of this? This creates all of that. That pattern right there is called the tweezer bottom. There's the next pattern that is going to create, and that's why you have the 2 down, 2, 1, 2 up. That's why the strat works so well, right? And it's heading over to go ahead and take out that target. That's what it wants. Where's that target? This is why it's so smart to do time frame continuity, because that target is right there. Why did I see that? Because it's going to show me everything on every freaking chart, right? So as soon as I go right here, I know exactly what candlestick to go look for. Right there. That's what I'm taking out. So even whatever time frame I'm looking at, I'm not going to get scared because I know what I'm doing and I know I'm trading this and I know I have 33 minutes left, right? And it all going to correlate. You see it? 33 minutes, 20 seconds, 3 minutes, 18 seconds, 3 minutes, 18 seconds, 3 minutes. How do I know that? There you go. That's the juice.
Thank you. That was good. Good stuff.
You're more than welcome. So now you'll understand this, right? He's trading one actionable signal, but depending on the time frame, you can see it even right here with this actionable signal. Depending on the time frame, I'll make my stop short. Why do I understand his stop and why he's doing it like that? Because his stop is my universal reversal pattern, right? Because if I go ahead and pull up his chart, right, it's right there, my tweezer bottom. And if I get another one and it opens up right here and I don't want to look at the morning star, well, guess what? It's a tweezer bottom. So I know to hold my support. What does that mean? Right there, baby. Hold my support. I just could identify and read and hear someone's language and be like, oh, okay, cool. That's what you mean. Oh, that's what you mean. Think about when you hear me talk, somebody asks us a question, but you already know, like, nah, that's not what Moody means. He means this. You know what I'm saying? Because you already did the knowledge. You studied me on that. That makes sense?
Yes.
All right, awesome. Let's continue. See why it's like I didn't know if I was gonna have enough energy. Look, it's 11:28. But if I don't do this, if I just let the video play, you get what you get from the video. However, you don't get what you would have got from me. You know what I'm saying?
Look to take that offer. As soon as it takes that hammer, stop under the bar that takes it. And depending on the time frame, we can even tighten that up, right? If we have an inside bar or what have you that's tighter, depending on if you're taking a monthly hammer or what we might be doing, we can still tighten that up. But based on just the hammer, that's how we're going to trade it.
Based on
We
just
want
the
this thing to go. Similarly, execution of the regular shooting star, we're going to sell as soon as the bid price is below the shooting star. So as soon as the price breaks here, we're going to hit the bid. All right. The reason we do this, where some people are like, don't we want to offer it to try and get a higher price? That allows the other team to take a shot at you first. We are throwing the first punch. We want to see how strong they are. That's what we're doing. We expect when we hit the bid right below here, it's going to fall apart. We're going to trigger all these guys to
11 bang bang, you feel me?
be wrong. Right? We're not going to sit there and say, oh, maybe we can offer it higher. We are throwing the first punch. And we are also using a very tight risk management. We want this to just go. We're going to place a stop 1 cent above the bar that triggers the shooting star based on the time frame of the shooting star we are trading. Because placing a stop above here is insane. Way too much risk. All right? As soon as it breaks that, as soon as that bid is below that, we're going to hit it. The momentum hammer. Just like the regular hammer, we're going to buy above as soon as it takes above that hammer, as soon as it takes it out. However, unlike the regular hammer, the momentum hammer should trigger immediately. Right? There should be no messing around. Right? Because of what we are expecting on this.
Mm-hmm.
If this is going to work truly, this retracement here is ill-timed shorts and profit taking. Stops are up here.
Why he not talking about this momentum hammer? Anybody can tell me why?
Probably because
it's not, huh?
it failed, right?
Nah, this ain't fair. It went down. It's an outside bar
Oh,
because
okay.
it's not inside. Momo hammers are always fine inside of another bar, and you get a hammer just like that right here. Right? So oh Lord. I didn't mean to do that. And look, I'll just teach you something. Tweezer, 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 tweezer. Once you can see that, you start to know, like, oh, don't get up. Tweezer, 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 tweezer. It gets really easy. I'm trying to find you a Momo hammer. This is a Momo hammer. No, it's not. That's a tweezer bottom. And look, so you could be able to identify that's a tweezer bottom. The wicks. So I'm looking for a hammer like this, inside like this. Let's just make believe that this hammer, make believe this was a big red. Oh no, because it got to be going up. Let's just make believe that this was a hammer, right? And it came down and it closed as a hammer right there. That would have been a momentum hammer. And that those always go. Right here, look, momentum hammer. This one just didn't go. That one didn't go. That was a momentum hammer. Right? And it tried to go and it didn't go and it came right back down. Oops.
Here, and this is a combination of aggressive buyers with stops going off. Right? So the stop goes 1 cent below the bid after we take the offer. We're not going to mess around on these. These should just go. And when you see them work, you'll see what I'm talking about. They go immediately because we are identifying an immediate.
Well, I showed you this one was immediate, right? But that one would have been immediate if that was a Momo hammer. We had that one, right? But this one's coming down from a downtrend. When you see them going up on an uptrend, you find a Momo hammer like that, that's why he's telling you that. Because I don't want to say they always work. There's a high probability of them working. However, it's still high probability. Probability is still in.
Jamming of the short side with aggressive buyers on the buy side. Momentum shooting star.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the regular shooting star, sell as soon as the bid price is below the shooting star. You hit it. Right? Unlike the regular shooting star, once again, the momentum shooting star should just go. Bam. Right? So we're not going to give it any more room. That goes. We're 1 cent, stop goes 1 cent above the offer after we hit the bid. The bullish inside bar breakout to the upside. Bullish buy at the offer. As soon as the price is above the inside bar, right here is the inside bar. As soon as that offer is above that, you're gonna take it. Right?
And you can always look. Everything that he's talking about is real, and it always goes with my own personal strategy. I want candlesticks above other candlesticks support or resistance, right? Just like how that one closed and this one opened, yeah, it came down, but the body, the opening price was still there. Boom, shot back up. The body was over.
Once again, you can place stop 1 cent below the bar that breaks it, right here, right below here. Should just go. I mean, should go from here, but it's not as momentum. It's not as powerful as the momentum, so it might slowly drift up in here. But we can give it to here, based on how much time frame continuity we have, right? But these are just the basic rules, and we'll get through more of that. Basic rules on how we want to approach this. Bearish inside bar breakout to the downside here. So as soon as the bid price is below the low of the inside bar, as soon as that bid's below, hit it. Stop's going to go above the high, that 1 cent above the high that breaks it right here. This is the bar that breaks it. Here's where we hit it. There's where the stop goes.
Now, before he keeps going forward, understand that he's talking about how to execute on actionable signals and how quickly you can execute on them.
Much like the momentum hammers and shooting stars that you're seeing, rev strats should trigger immediately. They should go right away, right? Because what you're witnessing is a greater force meeting a force, which means there's been an attempt to take the equilibrium and it is being thwarted. Therefore, when the opposing force comes in, they don't mess around, right? They're coming in to take the other side out. Therefore, it should just go. The bullish 2-bar rev strat. Buy as soon as the offer is 1 cent above the hammer here, right? Stop 1 cent below the bid as soon as we take the offer. This should just go. They've attempted to try and take this thing to the downside in your face, right?
Bye.
This should just go. And preferably to try and trigger all this. 1, 2, 3, right? But it should just go. When somebody punches you in the face, right? And it doesn't hurt, and you're going to...
Exactly, Ray. One candle at a time. And you want to see something? You want to know why? You want to know something? Look, there's a reason why we love futures, like Strat traders. There's nothing that's gonna get me away from. There's nothing that's gonna get me away from options. However, NQ. Oh man, I'm about to tell on myself. All right. Oh my goodness. All right. So let's just go to 15-second chart. Look, and I'm gonna just open it right here. I ain't even gonna try to take it too far. I'm gonna just open it right here. We can see, look, and this is basically the market closing, right? Right here. This is 4 o'clock. Look at the dollar amount, OG. That's a $24 move from open to close. What about this one? That was a $24 move from open to close, just like this one. But this one gave us more because you see the high and see that low, how it moved. What about this one, OG? I'm on a 15-second chart, OG.
Damn. Yeah, they moving.
You see that Momo hammer?
Yep.
Boom! That was a $36 move. And now I'm gonna show you just like from here. 15-second chart, $2 move, $4 move. What about this one? $3 move. Look at this bar, $8 move. I'm still on a 15-second chart.
15 seconds. I'll be damned.
Don't make me go to a 10-second. You get it now?
Oh yeah, there's money out there
Yeah, I don't know how I just made my
in one
candlestick
candle.
up. Yeah, I don't know what I just did. Just one candlestick.
One candlestick.
I don't know how I did that, OG. Let's go ahead and close that.
Wow.
We're gonna close the chart. I don't know what I just did. I put my charts on my RSI. Be happening from time to time. But yeah, just one candlestick. Just one candle.
Pound them into the ground. That's what it's going to look like. That's what it looks like in chart form. Should just go. The bearish 2-bar rev strat. Sell as soon as the bid is 1 cent below the shooting star. In this case, here was your inside bar. Attempted that. Thwarted. Boom. Hit the bid as soon as it breaks that. Stop goes 1 cent above the bar that broke it. I'm sorry, above the offer once we hit it. Here. Be very clear about that. The bullish and bearish kicking patterns. Although the kicking pattern can be very powerful, additional actionable signals are needed to trade it because we have to have an out. Because when we see something, let's get through here. You can take any actionable signal at any intraday time frame, anything, right? When these things are enforced because they're that powerful, based on the execution rules previously discussed. As long as the price is above the opening price of the day for the bullish pattern, and below the opening price for the bearish pattern. Because these are so powerful, when they work, you can look for anything, right? So far as it triggers, all you really need is 2. But we need to have that second one because we need to have an out, right? Because even if that triggers up into here on the bullish one, we're not going to wait for that thing to turn red. This thing should just go. These things are really burying them. Similarly here. So long as it's above here, you can look for anything. So long as it's below here, you can look for anything. And by anything, I mean any signal on any shorter term time frame.
It's an opening price.
The bullish 1-bar rev strat here takes the inside bar to the downside, comes back through. As soon as the offer price is 1 cent above the inside bar that is being reversed or rev stratted, we take it, right? We take it right there. It's a momentum shift. Should just go. Place to stop 1 cent below the bid after we take the offer. This thing, as you can see in this very powerful one from last week, it should just go. They tried to take it down and fully rejected. The bearish 1-bar rev strat. Sell as soon as the bid price is 1 cent below the.
You heard him, OG? The bearish 1-bar retro.
Yes, sir.
Inside bar that is being reversed or rev stratted right here, right? Since it's a momentum shift, right? Place 1 stop cent above the offer once we hit the bid, right? Down in here. What's very important also to remember about these 1-bar rev strats is that they will telegraph that they are happening. And what I mean by that is once this starts coming into here and we see it back into the inside bar, we can look for those combinations that's going to trigger this, right? Because we're pretty sure at this point they're reversing this thing, and especially if there's an additional actionable signal, right? So if we go back to the bullish 1-bar ref strat, when it came down in here and comes back to the opening and is coming back here to take this bar, you can look for additional actionable signals to trigger to do that, right? Because we know that that's just a high probability.
Meaning additional actual signals on multiple time frames across different time frames.
That's about to happen, especially if we have an additional actionable signal. Very important. A 1-bar rev strat is an immediate risk for a broadening formation since the rev strat is also a fractal broadening formation, right? And an outside bar, right? It's for this reason that we highly prefer those combinations I just discussed that would trigger the rev strat as opposed to taking the rev strat itself. Now we can still do it You just need to understand once you're an outside bar that you have a fractal triangle. Therefore, it has to keep going. And upon exhaustion, it needs to get outside of that because an outside bar has shown an expansion of the range. And if we go into a sequence of contraction, as soon as that exhausts and it goes and starts to pull back inside, it's going to dry up and correct against us. Right? So knowing that that is a fractal broadening formation, we can take it. It just needs to keep going, period.
Yeah.
Section 3, additional actionable signals. And we'll save that for the second video in this series. But for right now,
The funny thing is that I looked at the time and I was like, Rob, this is a whole nother class, bro.
I'm going to start beginning to understand what that execution looks like. When it does this, here's what we do, here's where the stops go. Right? Here's why. And we'll get further into that when we return to the second video.
And that's class. That's it right there. I'm saying we doubled up on the class. You know, Macau had fire question. Fire questions. Um, and if this was the boot camp, Macau, you could have picked my brain, brother.
I have another question though. I have another question. Well, it's not a question, it's more of a request. I just need 5 minutes of your time. Can you just explain or just visually explain the last part of what Rob went over where he said that the fractal, it expands the range, yeah. And the trading of the ongoing rev strat, can you just give me a visual, please, of that? Sorry, my brain wasn't understanding what he was saying. Can't hear you, bro. Can't hear you.
I said I really don't want to get on a charge, bro. I just did 2 full classes. What type of visual are you wanting though when he's talking about what exactly?
Just understanding what it looks like.
Well, what looks like?
Okay, so
Fractional?
yeah, with the broadening of the range and the fractional triangle that's created. What I want to understand is just that how can I already have a concept of identifying the broadening formation, not totally yet, but then in that same breath, I'm wondering if I'm mixing that up with identifying for that rev strat. So I'm kind of confused. That's why I wanted a visual.
So now I'm gonna see if you was paying attention. Are you asking for a visual of the 1 bar rev strat or the rev strat?
It would be the 1 bar.
All right, yeah, you're paying attention.
I mean, it can also wait. It can also wait. I'll just add it to my list of questions for you.
Huh?
It could also wait. I can just add it to my list of questions, and then you could just throw it into the group chat.
No, yeah, if I automatically see it when I pull it up, that's not one. I was about to say, oh shit. Huh? Hold on. Okay, real shit. All right, so I'll pick up more. Okay, cool. Why is my strat on the bottom of my chart? How can I?
I tell you to shut it
Somebody,
down.
huh?
So it's trying to tell you to shut down.
This what it's doing. That's exactly what it's doing. Just gotta put it back on there. This one right here. So what he's talking about with the 1 rev strat is the fractional Browning formation.
We can't
Browning
see your screen,
formation.
bro. I can't see your screen.
Oh, yeah, Ray's right. It's probably about time for me to head home. My screen didn't even want to show you. This is the 1 rev strat right here. Right, you got an inside bar right here, and it's back to back actually. Look, I'll turn on the Browning because I know I can see that. I know other individuals possibly can't. All right. So this is what I meant by they've been happening back to back. They've actually been happening back to back since over here. Really over here. You can literally see it. So I'll just start it from like this one, where this is what he meant by it's a fractional, right? Browning formation. And he's talking about it because it's a one bar right behind it, right? So Lord have mercy. No, don't. Gosh. This brother just used the ray. We don't even bother do all that extra stuff. Let me find this first leg down. Dang, we got a leg down. That's why I was looking like that. I don't have a leg down, so I'm gonna just use that leg right. So what is he saying is it's expanding the price. Real quick, where is where is the price expanding to the downside or to the upside?
It's expanding up based on this because it's still above, but it looks like it's consolidating overall. But I'm not sure how to answer your question.
So when you see the expansion, is a 3 bar an expansion?
Yeah.
So which way is it expanding to you? Is it expanding up or is it expanding down?
Oh, it's expanding up. Yeah.
Exactly, right? So you will have to do multiple time frame analysis, and then you can start to truly identify where is it truly going, right? The reason I brought it back down to a smaller time frame because it's gonna be the same thing. Not that it's gonna be the same thing, it's just you're already seeing a whole bunch of 1-3s and there's Browning formations there. Let me take it back to the hour so you could be able to identify that. There's a whole bunch of 1-3s already, right? Meaning fractional Browning formation. So even me taking it down to a smaller time, oops, I ain't gonna go to that one. They still have it there too. However, I was just bringing it to half of them, right? So it's just about knowing how to draw your Browning formations. And before I just start making a whole freaking class out of this, what is your question about this? Because I know I'm giving you the visual right now. What is your question behind it? Because if I don't ask you your question, then I'm gonna make a whole class out of this.
My question was understanding where he had mentioned that with these fractional triangles, and he had mentioned something about the rev strat during these fractional triangles, and I think that's what kind of threw me for a loop.
He mentioned RevStrat, what triangles? Trading triangles?
Honestly, I don't know what he mentioned exactly. It was just more of he mentioned the rev strat within the fractal triangles, and that's where I got kind of confused.
The RevStrat is the fractional triangle.
It is okay.
It is.
That's what I wanted, but I guess that's also what I wanted to understand.
Look, it's right here. I'm gonna show you the picture. This is the fractional triangle. You can already see it. Like if you was to draw a rev strat in here. I mean, not a rev strat, I
A
apologize. A
broadening
broadening form.
formation.
Yeah, you will
Oh,
literally see.
because there's the other candle before that.
No, it's just that it's a 1 bar rev strat. So what you're, oh, I'm sorry, I'm over here, over here. It's right here.
Oh, okay. Oh,
My
okay, yeah, I'm
apologies.
seeing that a lot more now. Yeah.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
that
There's an
one to that
inside
three,
bar, huh?
that one to that three, that's how you draw the broadening formation from the top of that one to the three, to the top of the
Correct,
three. Okay.
correct. So what's your question
Oh,
after that?
okay. No, 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 no. I'm seeing it now. Okay, okay, makes sense. Okay, I wasn't able to get the visual. I'm sorry.
No, you okay. I'm trying to understand your question. So I know you wanted a visual, but that's why I'm
I
saying
think
I'm
I
asking a
actually think the
question now.
chart. I think the chart actually helped me to clear it up because I didn't understand how the broadening formation with the fractal triangles was the rev strat. But looking at it on the chart sheet thing, and you just showing me like that, that cleared up everything in my head.
It's because I see what is confusing. Don't get confused with the one bar rev strat being a broadening formation. The reason you're seeing it that way is because what's the best way I can show you? This one. Hold on. God, look at all this stuff on here. Lord have mercy on me. Where did I just see it? Right here. So this is still an inside. Oh no, it's not. This one too down. No, that's inside. No, that's too down. Let's pretend that this is an inside bar.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I gotta go try to find
Mm-hmm.
it. And that's definitely a two bar. However, all right, so let's make believe that this is a one bar. Where you get confused is that he was teaching you how to trade. This one is going up, right? The one that he was talking about was going down, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what he's letting you know is, all right, this one's going up, right? So we obviously know this pushed down first and went red and tried to take out this liquidity. It didn't take out the liquidity. It didn't have enough volume or strength to be able to do so, right? So your entry point to trade this is right here. It's always going to be the previous candlestick. What he's allowing you to understand is that you're trading the one bar ref shot. So including that you're doing that, you're now also going to be in a broadening formation, is what he's telling you, right? Because that's what this one bar ref strat creates is a broadening formation. It broadens it out. However, you have Sarah Sniper, right? Where she was actually popping up in my head every time he was moving his cursor on the chart. And I was like, yo, is that how she figured out the fucking 50% retracement? Because I seen that he keeps going to the 50% retracement, but then he'll go to the bottom of the candlestick. However, if you look at this right here, the one rev track, you will see that it's
Mm-hmm.
completely different than this one. This one tells you to enter in at the top of it or at the bottom. Oh, I'm sorry. At the bottom of it or at the top of it. And I do that because it's just the one rev strat and I'm just looking for the three bar, right? And I see the three bar there. So long story short, that's where you're entering in for bears. Why? Because it opened up here. It was green, then it started to push down on through, right? And for bulls, it opened up down here because it went red a little bit, then it started to push up and you enter in right there. So now what Sarah Sniper had developed into the strat was the 50% retracement. And that's why you see me utilizing a 50% retracement. Why? And I'm sorry, it's actually right down here. It's just the 50, and this is the bullish one, this is the bearish one, right? You have an entry point where you could like the O1 where it tells you, hey, for the bullish, you can enter in right here, and smack out. However, what she was able to do is because we trade one bar at a time, right? What she was able to do is this. Fibonacci. I'm gonna just take it to a smaller time frame to make it just more easier to explain. This is what she was able to uncover. It's just I have my own way of trading. All right. The three bar, you gotta understand that this whole bar plus some is the whole 3 bar. We was on a 30-minute chart. So long story short, we come down. Yes, it left the range, whatever wanted to happen, and bounce off of the broadening formation because broadening its formation. And she ended up giving us that entry where it's like now we can just take the 50% retracement of that 1 bar, right? This is not the 1 bar that you see here, it's the 1 bar
Yeah,
that's
it was
coming
1 bar from before. Yeah.
exactly from the 30-minute. I'm saying it that way because other people are listening so they don't get confused. So long story short, that's your entry point. Not you can still utilize this as your entry point because that's how we trade, right? 3, 2 down, 2 up, right? That's gonna be the 3-2-2 Chicago. No, Chicago's a 3-1. Hold on. I'd rather be writing these down. I think Chicago is a 3-1-2. Yeah, Chicago is a 3-1-2. This is just a 3-2-2 bullish reversal. So that's all it's letting you know is that hey, now you got an entry here instead of waiting for well, if it was on this time frame, you would have probably possibly waited for that. But it is allowing you to put the 50% retracement and get an earlier entry than to entering in all the way up here. Because that's where you would have had entered in at on a 30-minute chart.
Okay. Gotcha.
Meaning right there. And that's why the
Mhm.
price is still there. You would have entered in there and we would have got in a little bit earlier. Right. And if I would have brought it down to a smaller time frame, we would have got in there earlier as well. No, yeah, we would have gotten there. I would have, right? Because I would have just not took the 50% retracement. I would have took the Chicago, right? Because on the 4, it was a 3-2-2 reversal, and they gave us the Chicago here on the 2 minute. So obviously, if I was to go down to a 1 minute 30 second, it's gonna give me my entry point a little bit earlier. Why? Because I trade the same thing over and over and over, and it's gonna be if it's not there, it's like the sun did not rise today. Right. So when we got here, a 2 down, 1, 2 up, a 2 down, 1, 2 up, that's going to be a bullish reversal. 2-1-2 bullish reversal. And the reason you don't see it like that, I didn't know. However, here you'll be able to identify. I'm not specifically talking to you, Macau. I'm
No,
talking
you
to
good,
you.
brother.
However, I'm talking to everybody as well too, because I know you're probably like, I know, Moody, I know, I see the fucking 2 up. 2 up, 2 up. Why is it not populating? Oh, 2 up, 2 down, 2 down, 2 down, 2 up. That's what. Above white. Why is it not populating? 3, 2 bar, 2 down. Oh, there it is. And look, it's still not populating. Let me go over here. Troubleshooting. Oh, I never turned it
Sorry
on.
about that, bro. My iPad died.
Oh no, you're good, brother. And there it is. All right, it's gonna be the 2-1-2 bullish reversal. And if you had a 2-1-2 bullish reversal, this it messed up right here. 2-1, 3 bars, so it starts over. 3-2 reversal. 3-2-2 bullish reversal. 1 messes up right here and starts over again. And that comes in time with the strat. Once you start to identify with, you just got to be able to read it. This is the last thing I'm gonna do though. But if you have any last minute questions that's not on the charts, I'll definitely answer them. However, dang, I stopped sharing my screen. It's Discord, please. Is this right here? There's a lot of information written on the strat, and trust me, it's not. I'll tell you this, even when I first got the strat information, I read all of this stuff and some of the stuff went over my head until, things started clicking more and I started to understand more. So like when you see this part right here where it says reversals versus continuation, spot the difference. it's very important to be able to spot the difference between a continuation and a reversal. You know what I'm saying? It's just like how I seen that 2-1-2 bullish reversal, right? Red to green, it was a bullish reversal, and then it gave us a continuation, right? And once you're able to identify that, it was like right here, 2-1-2, and it actually it didn't give us a 2-1-2 continuation. I forgot, but yeah, that's how you trade. That's how you trade. And you make trading very, very simple. And Mikhail, you have some very dope questions. Your questions be turning into motherfucking into classes though. That's why I be like, maybe I need to tell you to hold on to your questions. We'll make a whole class out of your questions.
Thank you all the same, bro. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you as well. You're more than welcome. Great class, bro. Get some rest, man. Who gonna get some rest? I don't know about no rest. Peace and
Nah, man,
love.
go get
Peace.
some rest, bro. Go get some rest.
Nah, man. I'm the opposite. Like you tell me what to do, I laugh and be like, watch me do what I want to do now.
All right, don't get any rest. Don't sleep. Never sleep. Never sleep.
He's like, I understand. I could manipulate the energy.
But for real, bro, thanks. Oh, I learned a lot tonight. I need to go and like put my notes down.
Yeah, go put your notes down, bro. I'm about to
Yeah.
lead a group. I'm about to leave the group with some juice. And then I'm gonna be out of here. You know, I always gotta leave some juice. It's a new month, man. You know what I'm saying? We 5 minutes into the new month. May you be prosperous. All right, let's go see what homie had to say today. If you got something new, we're gonna listen to it. If you don't got nothing new, this was 2 days ago. He ain't got nothing new. So what we'll do is this right here. And I'm gonna roll me a blizzard. Stay inside and watch. Makai was like, no, don't get no resting. My whole emotion was like, you know what? You're right. Let me get off. Golly, where you at, bro? There we go. Ooh, you do got some new stuff. I don't got time to hear everything you got to talk about, but I'm gonna fast forward him and see what he's talking about. Let me see what she's talking about. Thanks for your time and info. You're more than welcome, Ray Ray. You're more than welcome, baby boy. Thank you for letting me in. Good class. Now I see why Rosa knows what she knows. Thanks. Man, Rosa, that my eighth bully queen. My voice ain't there all the way. What you mean? Rosa ain't even get started yet. Trust me. Trust me. You feel? You'll be wild. All right, so love, I'm fast forward. See what they talk about, love one. They go roll me a blunt. You got a question? See? After this, go down there with Icy President to the principal's office, Santa. How do I ask God to clarify my dreams for me? You just did it. Now gather your stuff. What the fuck? Gather your stuff, go down there to the principal's office, Santa. How do I ask God to clarify my dreams for me? You just did it. Now gather your stuff. To the God. Gather your stuff, go down there to the principal's office, Santa. Annie. Question. I know it ain't take that long. Gather your belongings, Sante. Don't argue back with me. Just go down to the principal's office. You feel what I'm saying? Any more questions before I answer? Before we get to the juice? I'm going to the principal's office. Hey, can I Can I be? I'm gonna ask y'all something. If y'all say yeah, can I be mean? Y'all want to laugh with me? Y'all want to know why he laughed when, you know what I'm saying? He was like, what was the question that she asked, clarify? Oh, how do you ask God about how do you clarify one's dreams or her dreams? Let's listen to it again. You know why he reacted that way?
You know what I'm saying? Any more questions before I answer? Before we get to the juice?
For the juice.
I'm going to the purpose one. My mama gonna kill me. She said I can't get in trouble one more time. Your kid be scared down there talking to.
I ain't gonna give you the answers because you ain't asked, so you know you gotta ask to receive. uh uh is he? I'm saying look up the word. What is God, first of all? Isn't it the Son of Man? I'm not even going to those lectures. We're talking about charts. I'm just gonna give y'all this. You know what I'm saying? Look, you let me know what mind means. Mind. Son of Man.
Please don't come up with it. Please don't come up with it. I ain't kidding. Come up with it because our phone was off. I was like, oh, so you ain't scared? You
Only one can be.
You ain't gonna get to nobody.
Oh God.
Oh, you just a smart ass. No, I'm letting you know they didn't pay the bill. You ain't gonna get no damn body. Glory be unto the Lord. But go for it. Well, I'm gonna send you on with a note. Let's see if that note make it.
All right, let's fast forward until you get to the juice.
And the life just let block it down. Come upon you. Dude. But failure, she said, God, chocolate top. Your name chocolate top. You must be like milk chocolate or something like that. White milk chocolate. I fear dying before I get to leave my family. So, girl, go to the principal's office. We ain't even 2020. Go. Not maximizing my goodness. Well, I guess people always fear I'm scared to die before I leave my family with generational wealth and get there. Go down to the principal's office.
Go.
Lord, not being protected.
I'll leave today. They
Protected
have
from the Most High. I'm in that type of fear. It's so me to laugh at it, Mr. Rule Breaker. Your name is Mr. Rule Breaker. Oh, that's a chuckle to my gut ass spirit. The Rule Breaker. And I said, what do you fear? He said, rejection from the Most High. I mean, it's
Rule Breaker. Okay, Kane.
Your name is Mr. Rule Breaker, and you say I'm scared to get rejected by the Most High. Smoke. You change your name to Mr. Obedience. And I guarantee you should not feel anything else with that type of, you know what I'm saying? That type of clarity in your life. Glory be on, don't blame it on the app. Because the app asks you before you sign up, what do you want your name to be? And you say, Mr. Rule Breaker. Glory be on to the Lord.
Oh, the Lord. Who is the Lord?
Your answer was right there before you.
Yo, 24 is so funny, bro. It's like, did you go to school? Or did you go to higher learning?
Lord. What else?
It's too easy, Bobby.
What does this mean, Miss McCall?
Golly.
I'll be scared to get rejected. Man, y'all insecure in y'all faith, bro. What if God call you out of the dark, bring you into the light, and if I reject you? It's childish. The Lord can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, why would he do that? Why would he do that?
The Lord not going to do that.
Like, come on, bro. Hand him a halo.
I don't want to go back to school.
Like, all the great thing now. And then I reject you. Maybe that old, I don't know. Do y'all love y'all more? You know what I mean? That's the question. Maybe I should ask that. Do you love? Maybe some of y'all just like. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some of y'all just like them a lot, but y'all don't really love. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all love the Lord?
I'm in love with them.
I know some of y'all relationships ain't really working out. Some of y'all personal relationships really ain't working out. Told y'all, in the beginning, y'all start loving me until I start talking that trail, and then y'all like, oh.
Bro, he's so funny. He said in the beginning. Oh man, if you can't keep up, it's just hilarious.
I'll take all my energy back that I would give into this.
A lot of people catch the surface joke part, but it's the learning part for me.
Why would God die? God.
Peace.
I'm not talking about everybody that don't know God, that don't love God because they would never explain the true God. I'm not talking about them people. I'm talking about people that really be like, I don't fear nobody but God. So you saying fear nothing. You saying fear rejection because your God is a fair God. You know your God wouldn't do you like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
They say it's for the better of you. But at the same time, if you just stand still, like literally stand still and ask the Lord for something, He will provide. Even if you don't believe in Him that much. But listen to what I'm saying. If you're saying like I don't know God that much, God will stiff arm everybody that knows Him and come directly to you so He can win another one over that He's been waiting to win.
He might just cut everybody off in your life.
Tripping, they could stand still. He could be gone for a whole generation and they still be straight. You feel me? That person in these lives are like, oh, I'm scared of this and that. God coming for you, be like, what you trying to say rejection? I never reject you. You said you afraid of the dark. I make sure you always have light in your life. I would put angels up like God be doing it. But
He do.
you got to understand your God. You got to get around people that truly understand God. When I read the scripture, I'm not reading the scripture to just be like, look, God, I'm reading the scripture, like really be in tune spiritually. Like when everybody be talking about Saul, I know I'll be like, don't make the same mistake Saul made and get sawed off. Like once God saw you off, you feel what I'm saying? It's over. Eli got cut.
You might have whole childhood
down based off of disobedience. You feel what I'm saying? And God didn't even want to talk to them. So if God is talking to you, loved ones, if you saying God is showing you a vision and you asking God, what prayer do I need to give God to clarify my baby? He's talking to you already. It's clear enough. You just moving too fast. That's why it seemed like a blur. He didn't want to talk to Eli. He talked to him through Samuel. He didn't want to talk to Saul. He talked to him through Samuel and somebody. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if God is saying He poured out His Spirit on everybody, why is everybody still afraid? You got to look at what God has done for us to make sure we don't end up in that predicament no more. Even though Samuel was afraid, when God sent him to go get Jesse's son, he was like, well, what did Saul find out? Saul was this bad man Majama. I ain't gonna sit there and discredit his anointing and how great he was.
Right.
And fear Saul. You feel what I'm saying?
Saul did his thing, man.
Saul.
I saw that.
It was fear because God made them fear Him. God say, when you come with me, listen what I'm about to tell y'all. God say, when you come with me, Jehovah Jireh, through the Spirit of Christ and the Comforter that is with you and the angels that I have directed and given supervision and authority over your life. When all y'all come back to me, the world will fear you. And let me let y'all know something. God never outblasts nobody.
At all.
You hear me? Go read it for yourself. God never even when He cut Eli and them off, he never was like, oh, tell the masters that I cut Saul off. Tell the masters that I cut Eli. He never said.
Bless.
He'll personally let you know one-on-one. Hey, this is why I'm cutting you. Whoopty wop on the Ubi style. You can have your last little hour with man. I ain't telling man nothing.
Yeah, that is.
Nobody knew what went on with Saul. Now listen, if they already fear him because they still believe God was with him, and God allowed them to think that, and then God put this evil spirit upon him out of the jealousy that He had for David.
Dang.
Imagine how mighty those legion was in Saul. I can see why David ran away from him and not Goliath.
Right.
Yeah, that's the guy that Saul had. Glory be unto the Lord. That Saul had. God didn't even take him back. Now you're gonna die with the gems that I gave you. You're gonna die with the crown that I put on you. You're gonna die in the garments that I put on you. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm taking the throne back.
All of it.
Y'all not hearing what I'm saying, bro. I'm not hearing.
You can keep them gems. They might just break through your window to come back to mine.
You're with the Lord if you want to be with the Lord. But don't question your
I'll leave my show.
Don't question it. Don't question your God in that form. We're talking about a guy. Look in your life and see when God has ever lied to you. Your life ain't that long. You can reach this from. Look.
You say your life ain't
has
that.
God
You can't even live 1,000 days.
and try to put it on God. When has God ever lied to you?
God,
He told you that person
you ain't
gonna do
live
this
no
and you didn't
1,000
want to
years.
believe it because you had more love, kindness for that being than the creator of that thing.
I
And
gave
then
him
they
1,000
did it.
days.
Like, wow. Well, I told you to duck, but you didn't believe me. You didn't think that they'd be the one throwing the javelin. I told you to jump, but you didn't believe me because you didn't think they'd be the enemy that's laying the snare. I told you to refrain from going over there because you didn't believe they'd be the one going to war with you. I ain't lying. You feel what I'm saying?
Hey, yeah.
God told you.
He's scared, bro. He ain't fast in years. You don't know what he's saying.
Give all beings instruction. God gives all beings instruction. So you can't say you're left in the darkness because you don't want the light of it. You're afraid of the light. Man has conformed you to rebuke the light.
They have.
Put that on everything.
I be trying to help them, bro.
Not you. I told you to swear by his name.
I mean, okay.
I swear to God.
Go back home. Go back to work.
People were told, oh, you don't supposed to swear by God. God say, no, if you're going to make a promise, if you're going to make anything, and you put it on me, I'm going to make sure you put it on my name. You put it on my
Elohim.
Bro, y'all got to believe me. Man literally programmed you to stay away from your God. Put it on God's name. And that's why it'd be so hard for God to get through this force field that man.
Hard, bro. I be trying.
Because you're like, oh, that's a sin. No, they made you commit a sin by not.
I'm almost 33. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here.
That's why it's your door and it's so powerful. You think it's the boogeyman. No, it's your God. Get away from here. Man, listen. I'm trying to tell y'all. God loves everybody.
Everybody, all 6 human families.
He had to put his spirit in, he loves it. Mm-hmm. And when that body rebukes it, hey, I ain't got no smoke with you. I understand why you did that. Maybe in a generation in time, you'll come back to me, but I ain't tripping.
We ain't even mad at Yaakov no more, bro.
What God's saying. So why you not standing still? If your boyfriend, girlfriend, he, she, them, they, her, tell you something that you don't understand, you stopping your whole day. You'll take an extra 30-minute break. Don't even care if you about to lose your job or not. You need clarity. No. I didn't understand that text message. Can you please explain that to me? Even if they don't answer the phone, you call it back to back till they answer, get tired of it. You getting on their IG, you getting on their Snapchat. You gonna find every doorway until you get that clarity. But then when it come to God, you ain't trying. You feel what I'm saying?
Do this for Brittany.
I tell y'all, some people gonna get their feelings hurt. I wish you speed recovery, man.
Go to your nearest hospital.
Hold on, God's saying something to me right now. I can't talk to you right now. God trying to show me something. I'm not trying to talk to you right now. Well, that's why I gotta put shh.
Get to the juice, bro. Let me fast forward.
Kicked out your parents' house before? That's the prayer. You need to forget the people that are not for me. And then you out there in the wilderness. Lord, the tree? What's that?
I gotta rewind that. He said, bro, now you in the wilderness of what? North America? The trees ain't even for me. They don't even want to hug you, huh?
That's y'all. You've been. No, come up in here. Who gotta leave to make sure God stays? That's the prayer. You need to forget that the people that are not for me. And then you out there in the wilderness. Lord, the trees? No. Look to the Lord. No. You said remove everything that is not for you. These things are for me. You're living off my salvation. Then people they not hearing what I'm saying right now.
Yeah, boy, they not. 85%, bro. Don't expect them to be able to cheer, bro. Have some compassion in you.
No, I bought them shoes. You can't take nothing but the air that's in your lungs. Breathe when you get outside of this house, because the rest of the air is mine. That's the juice you need to live. You think, taste my goodness. You have no goodness about you to taste. You're disgusting. You feel what I'm saying? I gotta clean you up.
Peace, y'all.
When you was a baby and I was playing all that nothing, and man come in the house, you smack man, don't lick that. Don't wash your mouth out. You was a child of the Lord, bro.
16, not the 18.
These wicked things been pushing you in the dirt your whole life.
Oh, damn.
You.
I'm trying to help them, man. They want to be around.
Father, what do I have to remove to make sure you stand still in my house that is willing to serve you? Father, what do I have to cut off and cast off into the fire to make sure you get the ultimate glory from this tongue that you have given me? Father, those are the type of prayers. They be saying stuff to the because it sound cute and then get you in an ugly situation, and now you got the snot that you got to lick off your lip. What did I do? You was listening to them Gentiles. Glory be unto the Lord.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Crazy.
You all his house. You didn't even see all the guys' house. Do we what? You know what I'm saying? Just looking back, sitting at the edge of your bed, butt naked, Lord, I'm just tired of going. Hey, Mama, what's wrong? You know what I'm saying? All because you said the wrong prayer. All because you was listening to them people that make things sound cute. Glory be on. And then the boy come over here and be like, hey man, don't say that. Just tell the Lord that you love him and leave it at that till you learn how to understand your God. That you find on 10. Knowing all they want is the booty meat. But guess what you do? You still play along. Y'all still play along.
Hey Brittany, I'm sending you over that thing right now. I just emailed it to you. My apologies, it took that long.
No. Like what? It's
Man, we're gonna hit you one more fast forward. Ooh, we ain't trying to listen to Ross Smith again.
Let's just say no one, Lord. And you stood. See, God is waiting for everybody else to remove himself up.
All right, here we go. We got
and
some.
then no angels be sitting on the fight. And then your angels get hit in the back of the head. Didn't my God, what you trying to put something up? You been getting across their head. Glory be like, we get your angels beat up. You over there crying with that. Nah, we be exalting her there. Lord.
Yeah.
So where you going? You going over there with her? You'll be over there with her a little bit. Did she ever play that song? Jesus had raised himself up and saw no one but the woman. He said to her, woman, where are those accusers of yours? Has no one condemned you? Now I'm going to slow down. When Jesus had raised himself up and saw no one but the woman, he said to her, woman, where are those accusers of yours? Has no one condemned you?
That was deep.
Now I slowed it down for a reason. See, God is waiting for everybody else to remove themselves before he comes to you face to face and asks you the question. Now, in this particular situation, hers was she was being accused of something. And he said,
oh, I didn't see your question. I'm about to be off of here though, y'all. My blunt road. Moody, is this a class you are teaching? How many times a week? What do you mean by that? What part of this class? We had like 3 classes today. Are you talking about the Strat? Like when we was going over the Strat? Or like when we was talking to Mikhail about trading? Or are you talking about this? Just let me know and I'll answer it. But yeah, I do classes every single week. I do more than 1 class a week. However, that's if you're in the coaching program. I'm talking about crypto futures. Oh, I wasn't teaching crypto futures today. I'm talking about crypto futures. Moody, is this a class you are teaching? How many times a week? Yeah, I'm a little confused with that. I was teaching candlestick. Do I teach about crypto futures? I can. However, me teaching candlesticks helps you trade crypto futures, help you trade forex. It helps you trade anything in the world. I teach people how to read candlesticks and just be great at what they do. You don't have to trade what I trade. I trade futures, options, and crypto. However, yeah, you can. Yeah, that's what I do. It's what I do. Yeah, I do it once a week. In full access every Tuesday. Uh, the other analysts have classes as well. It's in the schedule. However, I do a class every Monday and Tuesday in the Discord. The coaching program gets the class every Monday and Tuesday. And tomorrow I normally take my day off with me and my son, and then I normally do pop-up classes on like Thursdays and Fridays. But that'll be like for the coaching side. But yeah. All right, I'll let him talk about Jesus real quick. How can I know more about it? Right here. To be honest. I guess I'll just be honest. You could read it about it in the Discord, becoming a member. However, if you want to like get intuitive with it, you might, I don't know, just I'm booked up the whole, I don't even, I gotta check out June, but I'm booked up the whole May. Um, however, I do have time. So you could just DM me if you like, or just tag me in the Discord. You don't have to DM me. Um, and I can do a one-on-one session with you. This does not answer. This does not answer it. Is this a one-time payment? Then figure out the motherfucking answer since you want to be fucking rude. Dang, I'm recording. I'm so real. Oh dang, hold on. Is this a new recording? I meant to stop this recording.